there are things falling everywhere. This is the most chaotic book haul ever, and that's because my whole floor is covered with books because I'm sectioning it off because I have some books that I'm moving and some books that I'm reorganizing, so I know what I need to read in the next few months and get, you know, ready for things. So I have a book haul, a big one from Bookoutlet. I have 4 boxes. We're gonna speed through them, and hopefully this angle can stay the way that it is, and I hope there's no big piles that are gonna be knocked off. And my cat just wants my attention all the time, so I'm just gonna hold him here. And yeah, let's get on with the book haul. Hello readers, welcome back to Sandra Is Book, where I talk all things book and bookish related. So I'm sorry I didn't start my intro. I started with high stress. Let us just not be stressed while filming this book haul. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the first box. Thematic, let's talk theme. Books about what? What did I get? I don't even remember, honestly. I ordered these books while I was away, so I don't remember. But let's jump in and I'll probably remember something. Okay, first box here, let's do it. Let's open it up. I don't want to break the boxes because I need the boxes, so I don't know how to proceed without breaking the boxes. I'm going to go through these as quickly as I can because or else we're gonna stay here forever. So let's just pick up a book and talk about it. So first book here we have Elliot Perlman's The Reasons I Won't Be Coming, and honestly I just saw the cover and I really wanted to pick it up. Ooh, the author is so handsome. So if ever you want to pick up this book, there's something nice to look at the back. But anyways, it's literally stories about, these stories are like walking down the hallway of an old hotel and eavesdropping on sad confessions. It's hard not to be moved. These stories are love letters really, and the protagonist we come to learn is none other than the human heart. So 9 thoughtful stories explore the complex world of lovers, poets, lawyers, immigrants, students, and murderers. They tell of corporate betrayals and lost opportunities, and of the obsession, hopes, fears, and vagaries of desire. I guess it's just a short story collection. Then we have Switch by A.S. King, and this apparently is like a futuristic or something. It says June 23rd, 2020. For nearly a year, as far as anyone can tell, frantic adults demand that teenagers focus on finding the practical solutions to the worldwide crisis. So yeah, there's a crisis where something switches and time doesn't exist anymore, or time doesn't go on. So Truda lives in a house with a switch that no one ever touches, a switch her father protects every day by nailing it into hundreds of progressively larger boxes. But Truda's got a crowbar, and one way or another she's going to see what happens when she flips the switch. I heard talk about this book on the Books Unbound podcast, the one with Ariel and Raylene, and it just sounded so good. They had A.S. King come on to their podcast a few times, and I have all of her novels. I just need to find a day to sit down and read them all, and this one sounds really, really interesting. Ooh, then I got Deep Work, Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World by Cal Newport. I've heard some great things about this one, and I really need to regain my focus for writing, for my business, for video filming even, so I wanted to get this one. I've been eyeing it for many years. Then I got this beautiful edition of Charlotte Bronte's Villette, and like, oh my god, look how beautiful this is. And it's like deckled edges. I've heard of this story briefly, but it's not one of the most well-known books from the Bronte sister, so I'm just so excited that I got it, and the cover is just absolutely stunning. Then I got a book from my mom, and it's Lady Oracle by Margaret Atwood. As you guys already know, I love her. She's my mom, and this is one of her earlier works, and I just love the cover of this one. Let me read you the back of this book. It's an original and compelling work in which Margaret Atwood passes one woman's bizarre life through the prism of her unique literary vision. The shy, awkward wife of a perpetual radical John Forster is a formerly obese woman whose delicate equilibrium is threatened by the fact that the several lives she has lived separately and secretly are coming together and will be exposed. She is newly and notoriously famous as a best-selling author. I'm reading this right now. She writes gothic novels under a nom de plume. She is having a hidden affair, love, fear, understanding, suspense, sensuality, humor. There is hardly an emotional current that is not touched in Lady Oracle, and which depth, vitality, and wit that are rare at any time. I was just literally amassing a bunch of books that have to do with writing and writers in fiction, and I want to compare the writing of writers in fiction with a writing memoir book by the author himself. So I can think of 3 people so far. I can think of Margaret Atwood, I can think of Stephen King, and I can think of Elizabeth Gilbert. Then we got 3 books by Emily Henry. So we have one of her newer ones, which is People We Meet on Vacation, and then we have 2 of her older ones, which we have Hello Girls, which is probably like a retelling of Charlie's Angels, and we also have When the Sky Fell on Splendor. So I want to get all of her books and just literally do a video comparing them. So yeah, I got these 3. I was happy that I found these 3, and I still need to get the 2 other books that everyone has raved about, which is Book Lovers, and the other one, what was it? Book Club? Book what? What was the other book? I don't remember the other one, but I need to get that one as well. Then I got The True Secret of Writing by Natalie Goldberg, and it's the Connecting Life with Language, and I have her other book about writing, and it's Writing Down the Bones. So I want to read that one, I want to read this one, I want to read all the writing books that exist because I am literally mentally insane. Then I got 24/6 and The Power of Unplugging One Day a Week by Tiffany Shalane, and yes, digital world, man, digital world, you cause me more pain than good. But yeah, I have no choice. This is what I do for a living practically, so I just need to figure out how to better manage my time online. And the last book in this box is The Unpassing by Chia Lin, and I saw one of my favorite readers and writers love this book. Oh my god, it's signed. That's so crazy. So let me just read quickly what it's about. It's about a Taiwanese immigrant family of 6 struggling to make ends meet on the outskirts of Anchorage, Alaska. The father, hardworking but beaten down, is employed as a plumber and contractor, while the loving, strong-willed, unpredictably emotional mother holds the house together. When 10-year-old Gavin contracts meningitis at school, he falls into a deep, nearly fatal coma. He wakes a week later to learn that his younger sister Ruby was infected too. She did not survive. Okay, I'm not reading this. This is too sad. I'm not gonna read that anytime soon. Maybe in a few years. Second box. Okay, that took way too long to open, but here we are. So the first book I have here is Burning Boy by Paul Auster. I read one book by Paul Auster and I made it my entire personality. I don't know why I did this, especially since I haven't been reading his other novels, but let's read what this one is about, because this one is one of his thicker novels, and it says here, best known as the author of The Red Badge of Courage, Stephen Crane produced an avalanche of sublime original short stories, novellas, poems, and journalism before his life was cut short by tuberculosis at age 28. According to Ralph Ellison, between Twain and the emergence of Faulkner, no artist of Crane's caliber looked so steadily at the wholeness of American life and discovered such far-reaching symbolic equivalence for its unceasing state of civil war. Crane's work remains fresh today because he was a great artist. Ooh, so Paul Auster is basically retelling the life of Stephen Crane. So one of the great American writers of our time examines the life and work of another great American writer from earlier time, as Paul Auster and Stephen Crane intersect in this masterpiece of literary biography. Okay, so I need to read this one as well because this sounds really, really good. Then I got Billie Eilish, and by Billie Eilish, and basically it's about Billie Eilish and her life and her... Oh, it's basically just images. Nice. Cute. I'm gonna go through this so quickly, but I thought this was actually a biography. I guess I was wrong, but I got it now. But anyways, then I got Cabin Porn, and honestly, it's just because like I love the prospect of one day owning a house in the woods. So I really wanted to get this book. It's been like at least 5-6 years that it's out. So I saw it on Bookoutlet and I had to. I hate that it's ripped at the back, but I'll probably just tape it out so I can make sure it keeps the way it is. And yeah, I can't wait to go through this and just be jealous. And finally, the last book of this box is Useless Magic, Lyrics and Poetry by Florence Welch. And if you recognize that name, it's because it's the singer from Florence and the Machine. I cannot wait to read this. Alright, we're at the third box. Can you believe it? I can. Alright, so I got The Princess Bride by William Goldman because honestly, I don't think I've watched the movie, or if I have, I was younger and I don't remember it. So I really want to read this and I really want to watch the movie because I've only heard great things about this movie. Then we have The Grief Therapy, and it's by Irvin D. Wallum, and it's an open letter to the new generations of therapists and their patients. I didn't even know I got this, but I guess I got this. Then I got the Copenhagen trilogy by Tove Ditlevsen, and this has been in translation. And I don't know, every time I've seen this cover online, I just feel like it's something that will really appeal to me. And it says childhood, youth, and dependency, and it's following one's woman journey from troubled girlhood in working class Copenhagen to her struggle to live on her own terms. Tove Ditlevsen's Copenhagen trilogy is a searing, honest, utterly immersive portrayal of love, friendship, art, ambition, and the terrible lure of addiction from one's own Denmark's most celebrated 20th century writer. I got another Virginia Woolf book, and it's A Haunted House and Other Stories. I've never seen this cover before. I've never seen this before. And I didn't even know that I was still missing Virginia Woolf books, so I got this. Then I got the most exciting thing ever, and it's Welcome Home by Najwa Zebian. And honestly, it's a guide to building a home for your soul. And I've seen her read some parts of this, and I've seen her on TikTok. And as soon as I seen that, I was like, I need to get this. And I hope that this will help me because it's so beautiful and so poignant, and it's the mood that I'm in right now. Then we have 10% Happier by Dan Harris, and honestly, it's just what it's entailed. And it says how I tamed the voice in my head, reduced stress without losing my edge, and found self-help that actually works. A true story. So yes, I need that. Oh my god, there's so many books. I'm like falling asleep here. I'm like so tired. Like, I'm excited, don't get me wrong, but I just drove like 6-7 hours yesterday, so today I'm just like, I need to film this because I'm going on a trip soon, and I will have these boxes laying here for 2 months if I don't film it now. And yeah, I really want to grab some of these books for my trip, so I have to get through this. We're almost halfway done. Then I got Men, Women, and Children by Chad Cultish. And the reason why I got this is that there is a movie with Timothée Chalamet, and I love how Timothée Chalamet like literally only plays in movies that have an adaptation. So I want to read this. It's about the American psyche and examines American culture, funhouse mirror, both reflecting and exploding the emotionally perilous culture in which we live. Then we got Saltwater by Jessica Andrews. Honestly, I've been wanting this for a while, but now it looks like it's really making its rounds on TikTok. And it says here, Saltwater follows Lucy from her working class childhood in northern England to the estranging adventure of university in London to an escape to Rome with Donegal, where she will track back to her memories and her mother's stories to make sense of her place in the world. In sensuous, blistering prose, Jessica Andrews examines the richness and imperfection of the bond between mother and daughter. This is a novel of becoming a woman, an artist, and of finding a way forward by looking back. Sounds really good. I really want to read this one. As you guys know, I want to read everything that I got, obviously. Another book that I want to read right now, and it's The Trip to Echo Springs on Writers and Drinking by Olivia Lang. And it says here, in The Trip to Echo Spring, Olivia Lang takes a journey across America, examining the links between creativity and alcohol in the work and lives of 6 extraordinary men: F. Scott Fitzgerald, Ernest Hemingway, Tennessee Williams, John Berryman, John Cheever, and Raymond Carver. Captivating and highly original, The Trip to Echo Springs strips away the myth of the alcoholic writer to reveal the terrible price creativity can exert. And similarly, we have The Rum Diary by Hunter S. Thompson. And the reason why I got this is because with the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial, I really want to read this and then watch the movie. And I heard so many things about Hunter S. Thompson, mainly that he was one of the idols of Johnny Depp, and not only that, Kurt Cobain. So yeah, I'm just really interested to see what this is about. Finally, we reached the last box, so I'm just gonna open this up. I think I'm just uncomfortable because of the way the camera's set it, and like I'm like lowering myself to like reach the camera frame, and it's just like it's not a good vibe right now, but the books are putting me in such a good vibe right now. So at least there's that. Like there's so many books now that I'm like, I'm glad I unboxed these, because there's at least 5 books that I need to bring on vacation with me to read them. So happy for that. So the first book we have here is The Island of Missing Trees by Elif Shafak. And the reason why I got this is because, oh wow, it's a Reese's Book Club. The reason why I got this is because Jack Edwards, father of BookTube, we all know him, has like raved about this book, and I just feel like I want to read it so badly. And it's about 2 teenagers, a Greek Cypriot and a Turkish Cypriot, meet at a taverna on the island they both call home. In the taverna, hidden beneath garlands of garlic, chili peppers, and creeping honeysuckle, Costas and Daphne grow in their forbidden love for each other. Oh my god, it's a love story. I remember now what this is about. Honestly, don't want to read anymore. Just want to go into it and read it. That's all. Another book that I got because of Jack Edward is The Love Songs of W.E.B. Dubois, and it's by Honoré Fanov Jeffers. And this is a chunker. I've seen this in stores, and yeah, it says here, the great scholar W.E.B. Dubois once wrote about the problem of race in America and what he called double consciousness, a sensitivity that every African American possesses in the order to survive. Since childhood, Ailey Pearl Garfield has understood Dubois' words all too well. Bearing the names of 2 Black Americans, the revered choreographer Alvin Ailey and her great-grandmother Pearl, the descendant of enslaved Georgians and tenant farmers, Ailey carries Dubois' problem on her shoulders. Ailey is reared in the north and the city, but spends summer in the small Georgia town of Chisasada, where her mother's family has lived since their ancestors arrived from Africa in bondage. Since she was a child, Ailey has fought a battle for belonging that is made all the more difficult by hovering trauma and the whispers of women, her mother Belle, her sister Lydia, and a maternal line reaching back 2 centuries who urge Ailey to succeed in their stead. This seems like a family saga, a race saga, and like has like connotation in history, and it just seems amazing. Jacqueline Woodson, Angie Thomas, and other people have reviewed this on the back, so I trust their judgment. Then we have Cultish, The Language of Fanatism by Amanda Montel, and I've heard great things about this on TikTok, and it's basically how we use language to basically like fabricate cults and get people to follow us, and you know, just like the brainwashing of language. And I'm definitely gonna read this par on par with my cult books that I have stacked up. So yes, I cannot wait. I love books that discuss language and explore language so much. That's literally what I studied, so this is a great one. Then I got Blue Ticket by Sophie McIntosh, and this reminds me of The Lottery by Shirley Jackson. So here it says, Callan knows how the lottery works. Everyone does. On the day of your first bleed, you report to the station to learn what kind of woman you will be. A white ticket grants you marriage and children. A blue ticket grants you a career and total independence. You're relieved to the terrible burden of choice, and once you've taken your ticket, there is no going back. Oh my god, sounds so good. Can't wait to read it. Then I got Homo Realis essays by Andre Osman, and basically it is what it is. It is essays by Andre Osman, and I love his fiction, so I'm just curious to see how his essays will be. And it's actually really short. I thought this would be a really big book, and I just love the cover so much. Then I got Almond by Won Seong-sam, and honestly, I heard great things about this book. I love the purple cover, and it's basically about this boy who doesn't feel emotion, and then a tragedy happens and he's gonna start feeling emotion or something. He like struggles with the loss of someone, and I think it is a shocking act of random violence shatters his world, leaving him alone on his own. Struggling to cope with his loss, Woon-jae retreats into silent isolation until troubled teenager Gon arrives at his school, and they develop a surprising bond. So I think this is going to be a great coming-of-age novel. I'm so sorry, I did not finish yesterday's haul, so I have 2 last books to show you. I have the Jane Austen Writers Club, and it's inspiration and advice from the world's best loved novelists, and it's by Rebecca Smith, and so it has to do with writing and novels, and it's through the lens of Jane Austen. So I love that. I love Jane Austen. I still need to read half of her books, but the other half that I've read so far I absolutely love. So yes, I saw this, I had to get it, and yeah, it's just, it screams my name. And then I got You've Reached Sam by Dustin Tao, and honestly this sounds like so good and so heartbreaking. I believe this girl's boyfriend passes away, but she messages his phone and she gets replies back, so it's apparently a very sad and heartbreaking story. I think it's YA, and one of you guys have read it and has commented in the past wanting me to read it and make a reading vlog, so I'm definitely gonna do that because I love to deliver for you guys. So yeah, so that was it for today's book haul. I know it's been pretty chaotic, but please let me know which books seem the most interesting and exciting to you. Which books have you read? Which books would you never consider reading even? I don't know, I'm interested. And yes, some of these books I'm going to be bringing on vacation with me, so I'm excited, and I will let you know what I think about them, and everything will be linked down below as usual. As always, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. All readers and non-readers are more than welcome on my channel. My goal here is to inspire you to read more, and it's to help you find your next favorite book. If I do that, I'm so happy. The goal of this channel is accomplished. So let me know, and I'll see you on the next book haul. Bye!